Yo, what is up, y'all? It's Cruise Trades again. And so today we'll be going over today's trade recap. So today, quite frankly, we took a loss, right? So let's get into it. So you can see here, first and foremost, we have, we have this pre-market move. Okay, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out to the 4 hour and see what's up. So quickly looking into the 4 hour. Let me erase all these levels. Or let me erase the majority of them. So clearly we have this 4 hour for value gap here, right? So we have that 4 hour. We also have these, but as I said in the prior video, they got invalidated already, so they're not worth looking at. But we have this one that's still holding up. We also have this one, so let's mark that out. Have that. And keep in mind, we also have this little tiny one from yesterday, right? So we have a few levels already. And let's zoom into the 15 minutes, see what happens in pre-market. Pre-market, let's see. Let me So pre-market, this is what happens. We have this little move to the downside, and we have right here, we have equilibrium right here. We move past that. We kind of respect this 15-minute right here, which honestly might just be overcomplicating it, but we respect that 15 minutes. All that means is we're continuing the downtrend, at least in pre-market. And what do I see? Once I see market open, I see this move, right? We have this 3-minute for value up to the downside. You can see that right there. And so I'm like, okay, let's take some puts. But hold up, you gotta zoom out and you gotta see what's going on. Okay, look at this. We're at this previous day low right here. This is previous day low. And what are we doing? I'm gonna mark it out. And we come here, we bounce once. Same day yesterday, bounce, bounce, bounce. We bounced 4 times. So what does that mean? Either we break through or we bounce again. So we wait. I was looking at this. It seemed like we just swept yesterday's lows. So we swept liquidity. We ended up bouncing. And I didn't want to be quick to enter a trade unless, enter puts, unless we got a reaction on that 3-minute. But what happens? We inverse that. So my idea was I want to enter calls right here. I wanted to enter calls, target just highs, which falls in line with the 4 hour for value gap that I was talking about earlier, the small one. And I just wanted to target those highs. Guess what? This would have been a banger trade, easily 100% gainer. All the way up here at these highs, it was like 100% gainer, but we never got filled. So that's the truth of the matter. We never got filled, and so what did we do? We low-key cried. Not really cried, of course, but we just waited. And my fault, honestly, today, this was on me. I was pretty impatient. So if we look at the fib, from the bottom of the move to the top of the move, so from basically here, let's look at this. So without that, real quick, let's look at this. The equilibrium from here to here is legit right here, right? So that should have been my entry. But guess what? My entry, low key, I thought that I had missed the move, and so I didn't want to miss it again. And so I use this 5-minute for value gap right here, right? I use that 5-minute right there. And yeah, I used this 5-minute right here. And we ended up obviously inversing that, right? You can see here, we end up just ripping through the halfway, and usually I would get stopped out here. So I ended up adding like 2 contracts here, but I'm not gonna lie, I was down, right? So once I saw that we were ripping through that, I was like, okay, we're probably just gonna go to equilibrium. I'm not gonna get out just yet, okay? I zoomed into the 3-minute and I saw this for value gap right here, the 3-minute, and I was like, okay, this fair value gap is now in equilibrium. It's right here in this 0.5. It's in equilibrium. So let me add more. I added a couple more contracts here. So my average cost ended up becoming coming out to here, which honestly is terrible, really terrible. And my stop loss is just low, like that halfway of the 3 minute. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just a bad entry type of thing. I should have honestly still held though, because you can see here I never got stopped out. Okay, I never got stopped out, but I ended up cutting somewhere here for like minus 50 bucks or something like that, or minus 30. But had actually a pending order that, just user error honestly today. I had a pending error order here. I never realized that I still had it open. Ended up getting filled, and I didn't want overexposure since we were heading to the downside. So I ended up selling at like minus 20 bucks. So minus 20 here, minus 30 here. I'm down 50 on the day. But at some point, I was down like 200, but I was waiting for that candle closure here, and I knew we had this last line of defense. We had this 3 minute as well. So, it's just user error. I was pretty impatient. That's something I will work on for the next trade. I will not be impatient, but that was honestly the gist of it. And as you can see, after we cut, we had a little retracement back. Still, though, I should have never got out because we never closed below the half point or the midpoint of the 3 minute fair value gap, and we would have gone straight to TP, which is high of day. That would have been the trade, but honestly, bad fills, impatience, and yeah, that's the loss on the day. But we'll be back tomorrow. Really quickly though, just to recap, the trade I should have taken would have been here, right here. Would have been this right here, and I would legit just buy here and start adding more as we approach here, this 0.5. And then I wouldn't be in much full position just yet, but I'd be in a majority. And if we got this retracement done here, I'd add a few more. But yeah, that was the trade for today. And then, stop loss would have been kind of close below this or something like that. And look at that banger trade. That should have been the trade I should have taken right here. Simple. Right here, entry on this 3 minute that's in line with the 0.5. And we maybe add here, add some more here, maybe add some more here. Average cost, bro, it's like the stop loss is minimal, really small. And look at the win. The reward would have been up here, but it is what it is. We learned from this, and yeah, still up on the week. Catch you guys. Make sure y'all subscribe. God bless. Oh, and make sure you guys ask me questions in the Discord if you have any. Yeah, or comment down below. Peace.